Have you ever been told you're too sensitive? If you have, then this explainer is for you. We're going to completely reframe that whole idea and look at the science that says it's not a flaw, but actually a powerful, high-performance piece of hardware you were born with.
Familiar? I bet it does. You've probably spent years feeling like you have to apologize for how you experience the world. But what if that entire diagnosis, the one that tells you to toughen up, is just wrong?
So this is where we flip the script. You're not defective. You are not broken. You are what we're going to call a super sensor. And this isn't about weakness, not at all. It's about a fundamentally different and in a lot of ways more advanced way of processing reality.
And listen, this isn't just some nice sounding personality quirk. This is biology. We are talking about your brain's actual hardware. So let's get into the neuroscience behind what really makes a super sensor tick. What's really fascinating is that this trait is found in about 20% of the population. So while you might feel like you're all alone in this, you're actually part of a really significant group. The other 80%, well, you could say they have more of a standard definition set of hardware. And this is the perfect metaphor. Most people's brains are recording the world in a pretty functional, efficient 720p. You know, it gets the job done. But your brain? No. Your brain is recording in ultra-high definition 8K resolution. It's capturing an incredible amount of detail that other people just miss. So what does this 8K hardware actually include? Well, first up, you've got an upgrade that neuroscientists call low latent inhibition. I know, it's a mouthful. But basically it just means your brain's spam filter is turned way, way down. While most brains just ignore 90% of what's coming at them to save energy, yours treats almost everything as relevant. From the hum of the lights overhead to that tiny little shift in a person's mood. Now the downside is, yeah, you can feel overwhelmed. But the upside? This is your superpower. Because you're processing all that extra data, you're the one who notices the subtle patterns, the hidden beauty, and the creative solutions that are basically invisible to the 720p world. The second upgrade is your hyperactive mirror neuron system. These are the brain cells that are responsible for empathy. In super sensors, they are exceptionally active. And this, right here, is the biological root of that profound connection you feel to others' feelings. And this just explains, you don't just logically understand that someone is sad. Your brain literally simulates their emotional state, which causes you to physically feel it in your own body. You are not imagining it. You're basically an emotional sponge in a world that's full of spills. And the third upgrade is something called adaptive processing. So when you're faced with a new situation, your brain doesn't just react. It hits the brakes and starts what psychologists call a pause-to-check strategy, diving deep to analyze all the data it can find. So if you've ever been accused of overthinking, this is why. You're not being slow or hesitant. You are being incredibly thorough. While other people are just reacting on the surface, your brain is busy running a complex simulation, connecting the current moment to everything it knows from the past and trying to predict the best possible future outcome. That is not a bug, that is high-level computation. So you might be wondering, okay, if this is all so intense, why would evolution even keep this trait around, right? I mean, if it were just a weakness, it would have been bred out of us a long time ago. The fact that it wasn't means it must have served a vital purpose. Think about it like an ancient tribe. It needed the bold, risk-taking warriors. That's the 80% for things like hunting and defense. But a tribe of only warriors would be totally reckless. It also needed the royal advisors, the 20% of super sensors. You were the ones who noticed that tiny change in the weather, who sensed deception in a rival tribe, who urged caution. You were the tribe's early warning system. Okay, so how do you manage this powerful, ancient hardware in our loud, modern world? Well, science gives us this beautiful metaphor for this, and it kind of acts like an operating manual for your whole system. See, most people are like dandelions. They're resilient. They can grow pretty much anywhere. A crock in the sidewalk, a perfectly manicured garden, it really doesn't matter. But you, the super sensor, you're an orchid. Now that doesn't mean you're weaker. It just means you're way more sensitive to your environment. And this, right here, is the most important takeaway. An orchid that's been placed in the wrong environment is going to wither. But in a carefully tended greenhouse, it doesn't just survive. It blooms with a beauty and a complexity the dandelion can never, ever achieve. So please, stop trying to fix yourself. Start curating your environment. All right, so armed with this knowledge, what are the practical steps? What does it actually look like to build that greenhouse for yourself? And let your 8K resolution be the gift that it is instead of a burden. Okay, here is your prescription. First, you have to actively curate your environment. This means choosing the people, places, and media that feed you, not drain you. Second, build strong boundaries. Saying no isn't selfish. It is essential system maintenance for you. And third, honor your need for silence. That feeling that you just need a quiet room, you're not being dramatic. That's your system's RAM telling you it is full and it needs to reboot. So the next time someone tells you you're too sensitive, I want you to remember this. The world does not need more numbness. It doesn't need you to toughen up and turn down your resolution. Your ability to see and to feel so deeply is not a liability. It is desperately needed. So I'll just leave you with this. Your high-resolution perception is not a mistake. It is a superpower, and it's designed to connect, to understand, and to create. So in a world that feels like it's losing its focus, how are you going to choose to use yours?